This is pretty good. Hello, YouTube. We are live. Excellent. Hey, YouTubers. All right, YouTube and Discord. Hey, Straight Rat. You're early for once. Oh, good. Well, I always laugh. People at the end who go, what happened to Ukraine? I'm like, we talked about it. You're late. All right, let me get TikTok set up, guys, and then we are ready to rock and roll. All right, one sec here. What am I looking for here? Those goggles are kind of fun, though. One sec here. Oops. One moment. Sorry, I'm like looking here. Oh, that's interesting. I don't know what that is. Let's see what that is. There's a new gift on TikTok I'm curious about. All right, go live. Excellent. All right. And TikTok is ready. All right. Good afternoon, everyone. So I had my follow-up doctor visit today for my voice, and I'm getting the headache as we speak, and these lights are not helping. But it's pretty good. Basically, my vocal cords show a little bit of something, but it's so slight, it's almost infinitesimally small. Actually, let's see if my audio works on TikTok. Can the TikTokers hear or not? TikTokers, can you hear? Or do I need to unplug and replug the microphone? We're about to find out. TikTok. Oh, you can hear? Okay. Okay. We are here. Anyway, yes. So I did get the voice checked today, and my vocal cords actually look very good, which is good. He saw like a small little maybe, but it wasn't even sure. So I'm on like another prescription antacid thing, reflux. He thinks it's part of the problem. And I'm going to go for voice therapy to learn how to speak better so that I'm not straining my voice talking to you guys. So anyway, but that's not too bad. So I was glad. I mean, except that it's just like I was at the doctor today because my voice is still off a little bit right now, but they do the endoscope or whatever, like through your nose to see your throat. Oh, I mean, they give you a spray, but it's as bad as it sounds. Speak proper, to make me speak proper. It's horrible. The scope. It was a horrible scope. It was not nice. Even with the painkiller, it was not nice. Thank you, Dario. Thank you, Eileen. Thank you, Rosie. Like now I'm getting a headache from it again. So anyway, I'll survive, but I'm not in the mood. Like I did a video because there is some breaking Ukraine news. So I did a video on that, but I'm not in the mood just because my head's like, bleh. Anyway, welcome everybody. So welcome guys. I'm John Aravosis. We do the weekly news from Washington, DC, what's going on in Trump land, also what's going on in the war in Ukraine. So we will talk about all of that today. I see our trolls have not arrived yet, mods. You can always tell when like the numbers soar, when all of a sudden the trolls, it's like they're on lunch break or something in Russia, or well, maybe it's not even lunch, it's midnight break in Russia, coming home from the bars. But yeah, so not a fun thing. In any case, Jens is getting crackling noise. Is anybody else? That happens sometimes, and we, who the hell knows? I mean, things interfere, but who knows what interferes and why? Anybody on mic static? Ugh, what am I supposed to do? I gotta hate this thing. Come on. I'm like looking here. It could be this. If I unplug, hold on. Let me try something. Let me try moving this. This is not, I'm going to try moving this, but it's not, I'm not sure we're going to have I'm not sure there's much I can do about it. Sometimes it just interferes. My microphone, well, not for you guys are okay, but my microphone over on YouTube, sometimes it goes weird and we can't figure out why. Like why today? I'm trying to see if there's any other microphones I can move for you guys. I mean, this is here. I'm trying to like move things out of the way a little bit, but we'll do a last little look here, but otherwise I'm going to give up, guys, because who knows? I don't know. I need I don't know what it is. There's nothing I can do. Yeah. No, I've noticed it doing that before with YouTube. Always YouTube. It's funny. YouTube is the troublemaker here. Discord, I'm going to guess you guys are not getting static. See, Discord isn't getting static. This is interesting. Okay, this is interesting. So Discord is not getting static, I think. Yeah, see, Discord is not getting static, the same microphone goes to my computer and streams to YouTube and Discord. So tell me why YouTube is getting static and Discord is not. I'm sorry. That's a little weird. I'm going to pop out the chat, shrink my video. Maybe there's something weird with YouTube getting stressed. All right, I just shrank my video. Let's see. Yeah, it just annoys me because, I like demons. It's demons, I tell you. It's aliens. No, it just kind of annoys me when YouTube really is. YouTube just like the redheaded stepchild. YouTube just like things go wrong. It's really, we're having thunder today too. Sasha has not heard the thunder yet, but when she figures it out, she ain't going to be happy. But yeah, Discord's not getting it too, which is annoying. Okay, we'll let it go. It's just pissing me off. Anyway, so yeah, guys, let's get rolling here on the news. As I said, we're going to start with Trump news, U.S. news, then move over to Ukraine. There's some interesting Ukraine news today, actually, we'll talk about. And please keep the gifts coming. I always hit you up for this, but I do this for a living. Your gifts do actually pay the bills. So please do if you can afford it. I actually picked a new gift target on TikTok. There's some new gift that looked interesting. It's not a cheap one though, so don't stress yourself. I don't want people losing money who, don't spend money if you don't have it. But if you can afford it, I appreciate it. There you go. That's the one. Was it Barbara? Thank you. Oh, it was Ash. Ashley, stop buying me gifts. Ashley donates so much, as do the other mods, so much time. That's the only reason I scold you. So that's the Starlight Scepter. That's kind of cute. That's cute. Thank you, Ava. Thank you, Barbara. Thank you, Rosie. Thank you, Carrie. All right, let's get rolling. So, just a quick update on the Texas floods. This is kind of wild. I saw a number today. Hold on. Alexa, raise the temperature 1 degree. It's getting a little cold in here. There we go. I saw a number today and the news was not making it clear. And I just saw a clarification. That's really scary. Thank you, Lupo. Grazie for the money gun. La pistola di denaro. Thank you, Tarma. Thank you, Heather. There were horrific floods this weekend in Texas. A lot of people died. The latest number is 109 people dead, but 161 still missing. Now, I saw that and I went, wait a minute. Are the 161 part of the 100? The latest story I saw says 161 people are missing in addition to the 109 confirmed dead. That's scary. That is very scary. So pretty wild stuff. Yeah. Anyway, thank you, Martin. Yeah, very bad stuff. So Trump, a big Supreme Court decision that Trump just won. Let me just read this to you. It's sort of a summary I've got. In a move that could reshape the federal workforce overnight, the Supreme Court just gave Trump the green light to launch massive layoffs and overhaul 19 federal agencies, even while lawsuits challenging his authority keep grinding through the lower courts. The unsigned order from the Supreme Court lists an earlier block on Trump's plans, which targets agencies like the Centers for Disease Control and Social Security Administration for deep cuts or reorganization. Interestingly, liberal Justices Kagan and Sotomayor joined the majority, but stressed that this ruling isn't a final thumbs up on the legality. Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson was upset. She issued a pointed dissent warning that letting Trump barrel ahead before the courts rule on whether he even has the power to dismantle or shrink the Congress could cause irreversible harm. Now, she's right. This is a very weird thing. So I saw this happened like in the last hour or so, I think, maybe 2 hours. And I was looking at it and I was like, wait a minute, what? How are they? This is one of those decisions where they basically say, we're not ruling on whether Trump legally can shut down all these government agencies and fire all these people. What we're ruling on is whether a judge can stop Trump from doing it pending the litigation, because a lot of people have sued, saying what Trump is doing is illegal. What the Supreme Court is saying, and two of the liberal justices got on board, what they're saying, and this is weird to me. Thank you, Terry, for the gift, for the key. Thank you, Carol, as well. The court is saying we're not reaching a decision on the merits. We're not deciding yet whether Trump does or doesn't have the power to shut down these agencies, but we're going to let him do it anyway in the meantime while the court cases are proceeding. Well, I'm sorry, that just strikes me as stupid. If Trump, for example, USAID, good luck bringing back USAID, our development program. Trump's destroyed it. Trump and Elon Musk killed it. It's gone. Good luck bringing it back. I don't know how they're going to, if they find out it was illegal what he did, which he probably did, good luck bringing it back, right? Thank you, Annie. Thank you, Marsha. Oh, my Elton John glasses. Very nice. And the earrings. And the same thing like this. They're going to fire all these people from the Centers for Disease Control, from the Social Security Administration. And then what are you going to do? You're going to bring them back if the court says it's illegal? Really? I mean, this is very bad. I mean, again, I don't know the law as far as if two liberal justices joined in. That makes me think that legally, maybe there wasn't a way to stop this, but it sure seems, I mean, Justice Brown Jackson is not wrong that this seems irreversible once you fire all these people. If you find out, oh gosh, Trump didn't have the legal authority to do this. It's also very weird too, because they're letting him get away with shutting down all these federal agencies, basically firing all these people. He doesn't, I mean, the president doesn't have the power to do that. That's Congress. Congress sets up these agencies. Congress reorganizes these agencies. The president doesn't have the power to say, I don't like these agencies. We're just going to fire everybody. That's what Trump's doing, and he's getting away with it. It's just very upsetting. Trump made a big announcement about Ukraine last night, which is wild. Remember how Trump shut off, not all, but a large number of shipments to Ukraine? We found out a couple days ago. And so Trump shuts off Patriot missiles and a bunch of other systems to Ukraine, like last week. And we were like, what are you doing? Right. And I was talking about how this was just a gift for Putin, right? Thank adventurers for the gift. Why should Putin even negotiate with Ukraine if Trump is going to keep shutting off weapons to Ukraine? Right. Just Putin should just sit back and watch Trump get bored and cut off the weapons. Well, Trump then says last night that he's pissed at Putin and he's turning the weapons back on for Ukraine. He also said, I'm going to read you sort of a summary here from the Washington Post. He also says that he, thank you, Dave, that here's my favorite part. He's such a liar. Trump goes, I had no idea the weapons to Ukraine were shut off. Somebody did it at the Pentagon. I had nothing to do with it. Sure, the Pentagon shut down a bunch of weapons to Ukraine. By the way, thank you, Blue, for the tiny dino. Thank you, Dave, as well. Thank you, Christina and Kaz. We're to believe that the Pentagon shut down a bunch of crucial aid to Ukraine last week, and Trump had no idea. They didn't bother telling him. Sure. What happened here is, for some reason, Trump got embarrassed and decided to change his mind. Trump couldn't admit he made a mistake, so Trump is blaming it on the Pentagon. Oh, they didn't tell me. Interestingly, and you'll see this in the articles, they don't make the, oh, it was Trump. It wasn't even Hegseth. It was Trump who did this. Clearly, Trump did this. What is interesting about this, thank you, Melanie, Trump mentioned this either during or after his dinner with Netanyahu, the Israeli prime minister, is in town. I kind of wonder if Netanyahu didn't bring it up to Trump. I don't know. It's just very interesting. Thank you, Amanda. Thank you, Aileen. It's very interesting that he's meeting with Netanyahu last night and he flip-flops on helping Ukraine again. Thank you, adventurers. Again, I don't know. It's an interesting coincidence. Let me read you a little more of this. Trump has announced U.S. defensive weapons shipments to Ukraine will resume. He's sharply criticizing Vladimir Putin. This comes after the Pentagon quietly paused shipments of crucial air defense systems and precision munitions, reportedly without Trump's knowledge. During that pause, Russia intensified its attacks on Kyiv, exploiting Ukraine's weakened defenses. Trump reversed the decision publicly, telling reporters during a dinner with Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu that Ukraine is getting hit very hard and that the U.S. will send defensive weapons to help protect civilians and infrastructure. Trump added, I'm not happy with Putin. I can tell you that much right now because he's killing a lot of people. Listen to this from Trump. We get a lot of BS thrown at us by Putin. You want to know the truth? He's very nice all the time, but it turns out to be meaningless. I mean, I guess it's a good thing that the king of cluelessness has just clued in. Seriously, I mean, in a way, this is very good. I mean, it's incredibly naive. This is the problem, too, like when people who aren't very bright don't understand how embarrassing their comments are. He doesn't understand how embarrassing it is to say something like this about Putin. He's very nice, but you know what? It doesn't really seem to matter that he's nice. He's kind of mean. Like, no S, Sherlock. right? Like, yeah, that's correct. But at the same time, it's really, really, really good that Trump is saying that and thinking that. Trump is getting annoyed with Putin. That's good. That's very good. Putin has been playing Trump like a fiddle. He's really been playing games with Trump. I mean, left and right. This is good. I mean, again, it's bad. It's bad, but it's good. I believe him. I do believe Trump. Yeah, yeah. BC saying, do we believe him? I believe him. Now, Trump is a taco. He waffles left and right. I mean, Trump could change his mind next week easily, but this is good at least. Let me pull up a little more detail on this. The shipments are back on. The administration insists the aid is purely defensive. The Trump administration had paused shipments on some arms to Ukraine, including Patriot missile interceptors. Trump is also seeking alternative solutions, including pressing Germany to send its own Patriot battery. The Germans mentioned they were willing to buy Patriot missile batteries from the U.S. and give them or sell them or give them to Ukraine. Trump, now this is weird in the story. It said Trump promised to immediately send 10 Patriot missile interceptors to Ukraine. Correct me if I'm wrong, folks, but is he talking about 10 Patriot missiles, which is nice, but like, what does that get Ukraine? I mean, the Russians could send like a lot of missiles every night. I'm not sure. I mean, 10 is nice, but I don't know. I'd have to have somebody who really is way more up on what the right. But 10 missiles total doesn't sound like very much, is my point, right? I mean, is that like an even? I'd be actually curious. But that's my thing, BLK. I don't know that it's launchers. I think it's missiles. I saw one article that said missiles, and then I was seeing this other article that said interceptors. And by interceptors, I'm interpreting that to mean missiles, right? Now, I'd be curious as to how many we've sent to Ukraine. I'd be curious as to how many, thank you, Mr. Turtle. I'd be curious as to how many Patriot missiles does Ukraine use a night or a week, right? I don't know. So it would be interesting to see, like, is 10 as bad as it sounds? It doesn't sound great, but, who knows? There we go on that. The Guardian. Okay. Also, the Trump people released a story to The Guardian that I think is BS. They leaked a story to The Guardian saying the United States only has about 25% of the Patriot missile interceptors it needs for all of the Pentagon's military plans after burning through stockpiles in the Middle East in recent months. And I'm reading that going, sure, maybe it's true, but it's awfully convenient that the Trump people are leaking to The Guardian that, oh, we'd love to help Ukraine, but we just don't have the weapons. Maybe. I'm sure our weapons, we have fewer than before, but to me, this sounds like a convenient leak is what it sounds like to me. I read that and I go, come on. Israel, yes, defending itself against Iran. Here's the problem, really. The problem with Trump is he's the most dishonest president we've had in modern history, probably the most dishonest president we've ever had. He's also objectively an incredibly dishonest man. Incredibly dishonest. That's not English, by the way, just so you know, troll that's about to disappear. But he's so that you can't really trust what he's saying because he lies so much. So that when these guys put out, they're all a bunch of activists. Basically, you got a bunch of political activists, far-right activists running the Trump administration. So when they leak a story to The Guardian saying, oh, oh, maybe Jeffrey isn't. Sorry, Jeffrey, are you not a troll? I couldn't understand what you were writing there. I thought you were a troll. Maybe you're not. Right. Maybe not. I didn't. I was like, what does that mean? I don't trust him, and you can't. Well, Biden didn't lie like Trump did. That's the problem. See, here's the problem. And anybody who isn't a 3-year-old child understands the difference here. That everybody lies, yes, but not everybody lies the same. Is it a lie when your wife says, do I look fat in this dress? And you say no? Yes, it's a lie. Is that the same as, I don't know, lying under oath like Bill Clinton did? No, it's not the same. Is it the same as, even worse, Donald Trump, who had 30,000 lies in his first 4 years of the presidency? No, it's really not the same. Trump is a pathological liar. Trump lies about practically everything. Politicians don't tend to do that. Republicans don't do it. Democrats don't do it. So it's naive or dishonest, and I'm not sure which, for people to say every politician lies. Because again, that's like a small child's argument, right? Well, you lied when you said my dress looked nice. So that's the same thing as Donald Trump lying 30,000 times in his presidency, which no one has ever done in the history of the American Republic. Yeah, not the same thing. So no, Joe Biden has never lied like Donald Trump did. No Republican president has ever lied like Donald Trump did, by the way. Yeah. George Bush never lied like Trump. Bush lied about Iraq. That was big. But Bush never lied like Trump. You could trust Bush in general, even though he lied about Iraq. You could trust Ronald Reagan. You could trust a lot of people, Democrats as well. But Donald Trump, forget it. It is unique. And again, this is one of those points I raised where, just admit it. I mean, I think that there's probably an embarrassment by people who support him because they know who he is. They know he lies all the time. They know about his moral failings. He's quite immoral. They know he's quite unethical, right? He's pretty much taking money from the federal, teat all the time. But what do you do? I mean, what do you do about it? What I mean is, it's almost like they have to rationalize their vote, and just admit it. You're okay with him being a pathological liar. Just admit it. Why? I don't see why that's a problem. What I mean is, I think it's a big problem, but it's not a problem for his voters. So why do they feel the need to? But why they feel the need to deny how horrible he is? You know what I mean? Because they're embarrassed about supporting someone this immoral and unethical, basically. Anyway, what else we got? Ukraine's ambassador to the U.S. is going to be replaced. Donald Trump pretty much demanded that, so that's happening. And Ukraine's 2026 budget could face $19 billion shortfall as Europe weighs how to fill the gap. Basically, one of the things the U.S. helped Ukraine do was basically provide some money for its budget, because your country's at war, which means your costs go up. Russia's destroying the businesses, which means your economy is going down. People lose their jobs because A, they get drafted and go to war. B, they get killed. C, they flee the country, right? It takes money out of the economy. Therefore, you need to buttress it somehow. The U.S. was helping a lot. Now we're not anymore. That is all I've got for the news today. It is not a busy news day, but we will hang and talk anyway. It's a quickie. Actually, that was a quicker. That's my quickest. That's how I used to do the news. I used to do like a 20-minute news summary and then we talk. But then the news just got like so busy all the time. I'm going to sit again, only because I'm tired. I'm going to sit back a little bit. I'm going to slouch a little bit today. Wait, where's my, hold on. There's my camera. Ugh, I need to adjust my camera so that there we go. There we go. That's not bad. Oh, that's not bad. There we go. All right. I'm getting comfy. The voice doc was good. My vocal cords are actually good. He did say I need to get some physical therapy, or not physical therapy, but speech therapy to learn how to speak good. And put me on some of those prescription Pepsid, but they're prescription thingy, because he thinks it's GERD. He thinks GERD's having a big impact on it, which I thought was very interesting. So hand is getting better. I've got to see the hand. I know I've got everything happening at once. Hand doctor I go to on Thursday. I mean, it's bending. I still it's tight. I mean, I was bending it earlier. It's tight again right now. Like I've got to, ow. I'm going to bend this again. Ow. But yes, I've been stretching it throughout the day, but I'm a little nervous about overdoing it. But I see him on Thursday and I'm hoping that's not physical. I feel like I'm getting old here. I feel like I don't want to do physical therapy for my hand if I can help it. I really don't. So let's see what he says. I'm going to tell him, I really don't want to do physical therapy. Is there any way I can just keep doing this at home? But anyway, Aileen is off to Scotland for 4 days. Lovely. Melania's deportation questions. I don't know what that means. Thank you, Annie. T-shirt. I'm not wearing a T-shirt. There's an effect on a T-shirt. What is that, Paula? I mean, I'm wearing a polo, a blue polo, but true. We had Ukraine. I guess that's true. If it's just Ukraine, it could be like a slower I've never liked physical therapy. I find it very wasteful. Like, okay, sit there for 10 minutes and wiggle your toes and I'll be back after getting a drink. And you're like, okay, you know, now sit there and do 100 sit-ups. I just feel like, okay, really? Like, you know, um, you know, actually I should reach out to my friend Martha. I forgot about that. Martha's used to sing and now I think teaches at the Lyric Opera in Chicago. She may still sing at the Lyric Opera in Chicago. Martha's very good, but I didn't think that I should reach out to Martha because she would know just to give me some advice on things. Thank you, Annie. Well, the hair is just behaving. Well, you know why? Because I wrote a note for myself to get a haircut. Every time I write a note for myself to get a haircut, my hair behaves. It's like it knows and it gets upset. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I'm not seeing it on my end. For some reason, it's doing it on your end, Paul. I don't know. That's weird. It's very weird. I'm going to go a little lower. Here we go. There we go. Yeah. Nope. On my end, it's looking okay, but who knows why it's doing it on your end? Anyway, John Walsh, you should not come to the U.S. until the Dems take over, I would say. A masseuse helped you with trigger finger. Wow, I'm surprised about that. Wow. Wow. Everyone's talking about their illnesses. I'm going to an osteopath tomorrow. It's like, I know we're all jaws now. We're all going, my hand, my back, my finger. We're all falling apart. Exactly. Friends of mine had said it was sad because it was a guy who died, but somebody who was, I think, like 50 or something, and he was getting all sorts of ailments and it finally killed him. But he was saying how he felt like the warranty ran out, like when your products just start breaking left and right, or their car warranty or whatever. And I don't feel that, but I can tell the warranty is slowly wearing out. That I can tell, Oh, hello. Oh, that's one of the creepy gifts. I appreciate that, Addie. I say creepy because it literally that one looks real. It always surprised. I'm always like, very cool. But cousin is a singer and swears by honey for her throat. But what does she think honey actually do? Oh, I mean, I remember when I was 30 years old going to the doctor for something, and my doctor said to me, well, you're getting older. And I was like, I'm 30. What do you mean I'm getting older? What the hell does that mean? I'm getting older. Naturally antiseptic ensues. Well, I will grab a little honey as we're talking and see if it makes my throat. My throat doesn't feel bad, but maybe, my throat doesn't actually feel bad. It's as I said, it's a little inflamed or whatever. Like I can hear my voice is a little bit off. Basically, it doesn't feel bad, but it'll get like vibrate here. That's good honey. I hated honey as a kid. I love honey now. Oh my God. As a kid, I hated honey. It's really funny. I don't know why. Because it was sweet. You'd think kids would like honey. Honey was like a mom food when I was a kid. I was like, bleh. And somehow along the way, I learned I love honey now. I still love chocolate more, but I do love honey. It's very strange. I mean, maybe your taste buds change, but I'm very surprised. I mean, I still love chocolate, but I took a little bit of honey. Cod liver oil. I'm not quite there on cod liver oil yet, Emil. We're not doing cod liver oil. Honey, I'm happy to eat. But supposedly local honey can help with allergies, they say. Who knows? But clean from chocolate. Uh-oh. Chocolate is life, exactly. So like Ketacell White, was that what it was called? I am in contact with Vlad, but I've not talked to him recently. I've got to reach out and see how he's doing. I'm sure he's fine because my nephew works with him. So I would know if anything was bad with Vlad, but I do need to reach out. DoorDash, go for it. But yeah, he's fine. He's fine. Because like I said, Anthony works with him. So that's how I knew Vlad, because he's a contractor of Anthony's. Abroad, of course, but because Anthony's here now. Anyway. La la la. Bored of chocolate. What is wrong with you? Chocolate is addicting, though. I find when I eat a lot of chocolate, I want more chocolate. You know what I mean? Victoria sponge mix. I don't even know what that is. What is that? Oops. I'm surprised the dog was not thrilled earlier. I don't want to do Discord just because the voice thing. I don't know. Let's see. The only way I would do Discord is if we end early and then I would consider ending early and going to Discord. I might do. I would consider that. Sea salt caramel. Well, I was telling you guys, I think I'd gotten the Ghirardelli little square packs, but they're too sweet. They're the ones that are filled, but they're too sweet. Like I used to love filled with caramel chocolates. They're way too sweet, but I mean sickeningly sweet, which I was very surprised. Oh, hey, happy birthday, Brian. Happy birthday to you. But yeah, no, I'll at least end on time today. Just again, being nice to my voice. But I do have to remember tomorrow to call the voice guy, Marcos. So, thank you. What is that, Marcia? Jolie's community. Lint 70. I buy the Ghirardelli 73 is very nice too. It's like pure sugar, exactly, Joe. It really bums me out because we were talking about this too. Like I used to like Cadbury's, but maybe I had it in England. People tell me it was better in England. I used to like the Cadbury's caramel, the caramel inside, and to die for it. Now it makes me sick how sweet it is, and I doubt my taste buds have changed to that degree because like I still like brownies and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? But voice guy is going to teach me how to speak without ruining my voice for an hour and a half every day. Basically, I'm forcing my voice, or I'm probably projecting too much. I'm probably straining it while I'm talking, things like that. And it's an hour to an hour and a half a day is enough to mess it up. Yep. Actually, Paul, I'm already forgetting who it was. Paul, it was you, right? I don't mean to space out about this. Paul, I think you're the one who sent me the UK chocolate, right? The UK American might be sweeter. The only thing with the UK chocolate is a lot of it tasted very similar, which was interesting. I ate it all. It was you. That's what I thought so. A lot of it tastes very similar, though. I don't know what it is. There's a similarity to a lot of the chocolate bars over there. First of all, it's the same country. I mean, clearly it's a thing they like. But I noticed in eating them, there were variations, but they all had a similar thing to the chocolate that's different than ours. I still found them very sweet, to be honest. I don't know if ours could be more sweet. The British ones were still a little sweet because they're candy bars. I mean, let's face it, they were candy bars, so they're going to be sweet. You know what I mean? But they were good, but they were sweet. But it depends though. Like I love Snickers. Snickers is sweet, but it's not as sweet as like a Ghirardelli with the goo inside. Ooh, that was disgusting. Or I'll get the Ghirardelli like 72% that I use for baking, but it's also very good for a snack. The 72%, my mom never liked it. But for me, the 72% was just on the edge of very rich and yummy, but it also is, from my research, I believe, a relatively healthy antioxidant one as well, or antioxidant. And what's it's not polyphenols. What are they? I'm forgetting. Or is that what it is? Something in what is it in chocolate? The good stuff? It has the good stuff, I believe. Hard to know for sure, but I think the Ghirardelli 72 does. So, yep. But yeah, dark chocolate obviously always better for you. Flake bars from the UK. Yeah, well, Paula got me. I did have the flake bars. They were good. Linder chocolate balls, Costco. I may have had those. I don't remember now. But yeah, I tend to like a richer. Oh, German chocolate from Aldi. That's interesting. Okay. I was just there like yesterday. I wasn't even thinking of the chocolate. I have to look at, that's a good question. Actually, I never even thought of that. You're right. I should have looked at Aldi's for the chocolate. It was across the street from my, what appointments did I have yesterday? I can't even remember now. I was getting my fingerprints for my Greek citizenship application, which is going to take a long time. But I was getting my fingerprints, and the Aldi's was across the street, and I thought, okay, what the hell? So I went, grabbed a couple things. But the chocolate, yeah, I didn't think of the chocolate. I'll have to try that next time. Okay. They had Pizzeria Uno thin pizza, which was not Pizzeria Uno, of course, but it was surprisingly good actually for frozen pizza. Uh, Again, it's not Pizzeria Uno, even though it is. It's not, but it was surprisingly good anyway. Yeah, I'll check their chocolate next time. I will do that next time. I mean, I'm trying not to like buy too much chocolate, you know, um, but nonetheless. What else? What else? What else? It is a slow day today, though. What else? What else? What else? Greek food better than Italian? I don't think so. They're different. I love my Greek food, but I also love Italian food. Very different food. To me, I would not, for my taste, not better. A good, like a very good carbonara. Oh my God. But a very good pasticcio or moussaka. Oh, so they're different. I mean, I make Greek food, but Italian, I don't know. For me, I would say no, but it depends on you guys. But I mean, but for me, I really like both. Yeah, I really like. Actually, you're reminding me. I need to make some Greek food sometime soon. I mean, I've been making my bread, but I want to make like a pasticcio or a moussaka, which I haven't done in a while. Make some, freeze some of it. You know. So dialysis cured your love of chocolate. Ugh, that's horrible. I mean, I feel sorry. You know what I mean? That sucks. Flavored chocolate. I've never had anything that I've loved. Not really. I mean, the mint chocolates can be good, you know, but yeah, but I mean, but Greece and Italy, yeah. I mean, John was saying they're geographically close, influenced by each other. They're influenced by each other, but they're very different countries. I mean, I know both countries pretty well. They're very different countries. My impressions of the people are very different. The food is very different, very different. I really find now Italians, for example, think the Greeks are very much like them. I'm not convinced, but like Italians love Greeks. So when you go to Italy and they find out you're Greek, it's like, which is nice. And I love Italians. Oh my God, I love Italians. But exactly, slow news day. We talk about food. You know how it is. You know, but yes, there's Italian influence, like on Corfu and stuff. We talked about Trump getting mad at Putin earlier, which is nice. Oh, I love Italian. You know that. That's why I speak Italian. I love it. I love Italy. Love Italy. Love it. Love Italy. Yes, if I had to choose, I'm not going to choose. But I do need to make. I've got to make maybe pasticcio. Maybe I'll make pasticcio soon. Because I like moussaka. Moussaka, I find it doesn't always freeze well. That's the only thing about moussaka. I feel like when you freeze it and thaw it out, it can get a little watery sometimes, which kind of gross. So we'll see. You know, Santorini's ridiculously nice. Yeah. Yep. Having tacos tonight? Are they going to flip flop? Taco Trump. What else? What else? What else? Diogo Jota news? I don't know what that is, Rosie. What is that? Maybe not. Although, or I don't know about it. What is that? I don't know. No, I don't know. Are any of our Greeks with us tonight? What do Greeks think of Italians? The Italians, just because, like I said, every time they find out because I speak Italian, and so they go, "Are you Italian American?" And when I say Greek, they go, "Oh my God, we love Greeks!" Like wonderful reception from Italians when they find out I'm Greek. But I never ask Greeks that question: how Greeks feel about Italians. Meaning, is there a special kind of feeling like the Italians have, or is it Italians are nice, better than Germans? Oh, but do you say the same thing, Fallen? Oh, that's what mia faccia, mia razza. Well, the Italians say that. The Italians say, oh my God, una faccia, una razza. Like one face, one race. But I didn't know the Greeks say it too. That's funny. That's funny. But I do feel like the Greeks and the Italians are different in some ways. You know what I mean? Like the Greeks, have got I've always felt the Greeks have got there's a more serious, a darker side to the Greeks. not dark in a, dark, but meaning there's a more serious side I've always found to the Greeks than the Italians, a little bit more. Um, just a little darker. I don't know. Um, you know, yeah. I mean, Southern Italians. I mean, I've spent time in Sicily. Yeah, I did love Sicily. Musaka is lasagna without the pasta. I mean, it's really not though. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think it's totally there's I would say no pasticcio maybe, but it's got pasta. But moussaka is not lasagna. It's just not. It's eggplant, ground beef with tomato sauce, and a creamy cheese egg sauce on top. That's like, well, okay. Having said that, if you make lasagna with cream sauce, you're getting closer. I do like lasagna with cream sauce. I've never found a recipe I've liked. There used to be a restaurant in Paris when I was studying there that I loved. They would make lasagna with cream sauce, which I wasn't familiar with here. That made me very happy. And I've tried recipes. I never found a recipe that I thought was good enough. That was like a lasagna with cream, because I would like to try that. Meat and cream, both tomato and cream. I need to try it with a bechamel. Yeah, I've got to try again, because I do actually that I would do too. Actually, I've got a nice ziti recipe that is not a bechamel, but it's a little bit like that. You know, but oh no, we really are on our food kick tonight, aren't we? We went on the food tangent and we're not coming back. Clearly. Oh, you're doing ChatGPT? Ashley started ChatGPT. Now, the only thing is, as I said, ChatGPT, you've got to be careful because it doesn't always get things right, but it's very good though. It doesn't always get things right, but it's very good. So you just have to kind of be careful, pay attention. If you're having it help you draft documents, it can get things wrong sometimes. Like it can change information you gave it, which is really weird for a computer. Like I was having some of my Greek stuff and it changed my mom's last name and spelled it differently. And I'm like, where did you even get that from? Like, how did you change her name? Your computer, but it's really fascinating. ChatGPT. I love it. Actually, the woman at the post office was telling me she filed an EEO complaint, like a complaint against her employer, and she used ChatGPT to do it. Like she used ChatGPT to write her whole complaint, which was amazing. She goes, yeah, I got on the computer and it literally walked me through the entire thing. I was like, wow. I mean, that's amazing. Like a blue collar postal employee filing a complaint at the workplace, and she used ChatGPT to write her complaint. Now, let's hope it's correct and good, but that's pretty amazing, right? I mean, really amazing. Set higher standards from the get-go, go in the queue. What does that mean, Dave? I'm not sure what that means. It's not just a computer. No, I know. I just don't. What I don't like, Tom, is there's a human element to ChatGPT I don't like. It makes human errors, and that's what scares me. As I said, it tries to extrapolate and stuff, and like it'll literally, by doing it, it'll literally. Oh, was she behind me? I didn't. That's funny. Well, she's back to her bed now. She probably was begging behind me, but it will. As I said, it'll do stuff that is like a person, where literally it started spelling my mom's maiden name wrong. And I'm like, where'd you get that from? like, because you are a computer. And so, I mean, obviously in many ways, I gave you her maiden name. How did you change it in the document and add like another letter? I'm like, where did you get that from? Oh, sorry. I'm like, what do you mean sorry? That's where I see AI starting nuclear wars, where literally the programming is this, and it does that sometimes. And you're like, how do you work outside of your programming? That blows my mind. Oh, it's amazing for writing letters. I've been using it to contact the cities in Greece for my parents' documents. I was able to get my grandfather's documents from the village in Greece, and I used ChatGPT to write the email, and it was perfect. And they were lovely responding. The woman even thanked me for my email because I was like, okay, ChatGPT, be effusively thankful. I said, no one has helped me up until this woman. I said, but it's still a government official at a local village in Greece. So be polite and official, good Greek, but at the same time, be effusively thankful. And that's what it wrote for me. And she wrote this, thank you so much for your sweet words. And it was very sweet, but anyway, very weird. So, But yeah, I love it. I think for brainstorming, as I've said, it comes up with kind of crazy ideas. I may need an affidavit for some of my Greek passport, my Greek citizenship stuff. Just for yucks, I was kind of working on the affidavit. I'm going to use it. I have to do an essay for my Greek citizenship about why I want the Greek citizenship. And I wrote it in English, but I'm going to want it to translate it into Greek for me. So that'll be the next step. But it's amazing for some of that stuff. It really, it boggles my mind, some of this compared to what we had before. Yeah, but the Greek officials can look at my stream. They know I have to get it translated. I'm not having ChatGPT write the essay. I'm writing it in English, and I'm saying ChatGPT translate it into Greek. They know they know that either we have to pay a translator to translate it into Greek, or I'm fluent in Greek, but I'm not. So either way, somebody is going to have to translate my essay into Greek. So that's why I'm not afraid. I would never. First of all, I have caught people using ChatGPT, meaning clearly writing essays that are ChatGPT essays. And you know what I mean? Like that.